the man's come out with, it may as well be a member of my family.
I've got him. He's gone.
William was given a hero's burial. The whole regiment turned out.
Anthony Adolph is a family historian who'll hunt through the archives in search of hard facts.
Okay, yeah, I will ask you, because you got such a clear picture of this man who was clear, I presume, a soldier. I'm getting this.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I'm going to ask you. When you look for records to do with soldiers, it's often very difficult to find them because you don't know the regiment they were in. So I'm just going to ask you if you have any idea of what the regiment was or what rank he was.
Lance.
Regiment?
I'm sorry, that's not coming through to me.
So, did Derek tap into the legend of Dave's ancestor? Is he the courageous soldier who had a terrifying encounter with the Zulu? And what could be the meaning of the words Rourke's Drift? Derek seemed to hit the mark with the names William and Ellen, but who were they? In the debriefing room, we're looking for a lot of answers.
Anthony, they didn't give VCs to any old body, did they?
No, they didn't, and the records are absolutely excellent. I mean, as soon as you say it's someone with a VC, then you know that there's going to be more to be found, which obviously from our point of view is a very good thing. And then he said Lance, which I'm guessing here would be Lance Corporal. Do you know this? Do you know what
I have no clue.
You don't know his rank?
None whatsoever.
I'm guessing, well, so we'll find out.
Anthony's first step was to set up a search through all the records for mentions of Dave's military ancestor, William Allen. Could they confirm the story of his heroics at Rourke's Drift? And what about the rank of Lance that Derek gave him?
On the 23rd of January 1879, William was promoted to the rank of Lance Sergeant, and if you remember, Derek was saying, Lance! So there it is, absolutely spot on there. Now, there's also a website devoted to people who were awarded the Victoria Cross, and through that I was able to get in touch with one of William's descendants. And I asked her, amongst the questions I asked her, who were William's parents, and she emailed me back and told me that his parents were both Scottish, and they were called, and wait for it again, this is absolutely spot on when you remember the reading, Thomas Allen and Ellen Weatherstone.
In search of the story of William's military exploits, Anthony has travelled to Brecon in Wales. It's home to the regiment William served in, the South Wales Borderers, and Anthony has discovered a museum dedicated to its official history. Curator Major Martin Everett presides over its treasures, which include honours won at the battle for Rourke's Drift in 1879. But how will Derek's version of events measure up to the Major's account of the battle?
Right, this is a model of the defence of Rourke's Drift, which took place on the 22nd and 23rd of January 1879 in what was then the Natal in South Africa.
The British Army were marching into Zululand, and the isolated farmhouse known as Rourke's Drift lay on the route of their invasion.
Rourke's.
Its outbuildings were turned into a makeshift hospital and storehouse, and it was here that William Allen and his company were posted. What they were least expecting was any serious resistance from the Zulus, but they were in for a nasty surprise.
Zulu.
The Zulus attacked at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right.
And at some stage during the night, they set fire to that hospital building.
Right, okay.
And it was then decided to evacuate all the sick and injured. And it was Corporal Allen and Private Hitch who then kept the Zulus at bay while the sick and wounded were carried to safety.
William Allen's place in regimental history was assured by this act of heroism. He went on to rejoin his comrades on the makeshift ramparts. Together they fought off wave upon wave of attacks until the relief column finally arrived the following morning. On the museum's wall are the names of the men who won the Victoria Cross that day, and William Allen is amongst them. Confirmation of the character Derek portrayed in his reading.
One brave heart. One brave heart.
Dave still doesn't know what happened to his ancestor's medal, but can Anthony now solve the mystery?
Well, Martin, William won the Victoria Cross for his part at Rourke's Drift, and this is amazing. You've actually got the original Victoria Cross here.
Yes, I mean, you have a copy of the letter that was written by Gonville Bromhead, who commanded B Company.
Oh, yes, yes.
And it actually says it was chiefly due to their courage and conduct that the communication with the hospital was kept up at all, holding together at all costs a most dangerous post,
Right.
enabling patients to be withdrawn from the hospital, and when incapacitated by their wounds from fighting themselves, they continued to serve out the ammunition to their comrades during the night.
Wow. And then we've got the the letter there, but also this wonderful. This is actually, wow, this is amazing. I'm surprised. So the family at some point presumably sort of handed this over. Did they donate it to the museum?
That's right. We have all but one of the Victoria Crosses that were awarded to the regiment at Rourkes Drift.
Yes. Oh, really? Yes.
Yeah.
You've got a very good collection.
Yes.
I'll to give it back before I'm tempted to pocket it actually. And so you've got that. You've got the letter. You got what else have you got?
Well, on the wall here is an illustration of Corporal Allen getting his Victoria Cross from Queen Victoria.
Really? Seriously?
Yeah, I mean, he was
Yeah.
actually, as we've seen, he was actually wounded, and of course he came back to England, and on the 9th of December 1879, he actually received his Victoria Cross from the hands of the Queen. Yeah.
No, I think all the time I've been tracing family trees, I can't think of any occasion where we've actually got a picture of someone's relative standing in front of the Queen being awarded something which is so incredibly prestigious as that.
Yes.
So that's an amazing, absolutely amazing thing. A really fantastic find.
Dave has no idea where his ancestors' final resting place lies, but Anthony has managed to trace it to a tranquil spot on the slopes of a hillside cemetery.
Well, after Rourke's Drift, William came back here to South Wales, where he led a much quieter life, teaching musketry at the regimental headquarters. But after 11 years, unfortunately, after surviving all the deprecations of Africa and the horrors of the Zulu War, it was a terrible bout of flu which swept through South Wales in 1890, which finally carried poor William away. Well, he was buried right here in Monmouth, which is a few miles up the road from Brecon, in this grave overlooking the beautiful Monmouthshire countryside, really quite a nice place to end up. But because of his Victoria Cross, William was given a hero's burial. The whole regiment turned out, his coffin was draped in the Union Jack, and all the shops down there in Monmouth were closed out of respect. It really was a very fitting tribute for a truly heroic ancestor.